uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar ko'p bo'lsa, kuch-quvvat ham ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ba'zida men hammasiga ulgurmay qolaman. Mildranat esa mening ish qobiliyatim, aqliy faoliyatim va jismoniy tayyorgarligim barchasini oshirishga yordam beradi. Mildranat mening kuch-quvvatim yordamchisi va men hamma narsaga ulguraman. Mildranat, men buni qila olaman.
Жизнь как калейдоскоп, собранный из ярких событий. Одно движение, и боль может разбить наши планы. Капсикам с силой нанивамида и разогревающим действием помогает бороться с болью в спине, мышцах и шее. Капсикам – моя сила в движении.
Hayot xuddi kaleidoskop kabi yorqin voqealardan yig'ilgan. Ammo og'riq bizning rejalarimizni buzishi mumkin. Kapsikam qizdiruvchi ta'siri va og'riq impulslarini kuchli blokatori bo'lib, bel, mushak va bo'yin og'rig'iga qarshi tez va yengil kurashda yordam beradi. Kapsikam bu mening harakatdagi kuchim.
Ishda va uyda ishlar
this trophy, every team will fight from 16 different countries, 34 different teams, and every team will fight for this trophy. Every match will count, every match will be important, every second, every minute will be important for this magnificent, shiny trophy. Let's have a big applause for the angels of the tournament. Trophy looks even better from this distance. Thank you, angels of the tournament. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's amazing. And last year, we were here again at Starlight Resort at Antalya. The weather was amazing, the atmosphere was amazing, we had so much fun, and now we are here to do it again. It was an incredible tournament full of passion, excitement, and unforgettable events. And in the end, only one team lifted this trophy. Let's give a big round of applause for our defending champions, Azersun. And now, let's relive the best moments of that unforgettable week. Here's our Euro Business Cup 2024 after movie.
Watch our wonderful atmosphere in Antalya Starlight Hotel. It is the final of Euro Business Cup 2024.
The partnership of EMF, we could do it first edition.
Congratulations for the organization, because it was a very, very good organization. So it was the better tournament that I have played. So very happy to be here. It's a pleasure, and my team, it's the same thing, the same feeling. So thanks for everything that you are doing for us.
In the Slovakia, I would say it's this Europe Business Cup more and more, I would say, famous. Yeah?
Looks like in the Champions League, and also the pitch and the organization is at the high level. So yeah, it's really professional.
It's
very cool tournament, organized at very high level, cool hotel, cool weather, cool tournament. It's all great.
The atmosphere is before, and I can say that really after all the group stage and playoffs, today is a special day, and you could see before the final it was fantastic. All the teams, all the tournament committees, spectators, the atmosphere was very energetic, so I'm super happy.
Business Cup 2024.
It really was a beautiful journey. And now, here we are again, after 6 months of intense preparation, a huge team working behind the scenes to make this event possible again. Let's take a look at how this beautiful venue came to life for this year's edition. Here's our official preparation and venue introduction video.
The excitement of the Euro Business Cup 2025 is finally starting.
Sağ yapımız bu zaten. Kulemiz varımız aynı yerde. Ön arka var. Doktor içeri çekiyor.
Benim bu kadar kararmasının çok doğru olduğunu düşünüyorum. Şimdi arşiviste de girilmez.
A big applause and thank you to the Euro Business Cup team and the production crew. And now, it's time to hear from the people who made this journey possible. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Petar Kralik, President of European Mini Football Federation.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. It's my big pleasure to stand here after 1 year and to talk in front of you. First of all, being a president, it's not easy, but it's much easier and it's crucial to have a people that is surrounded by you. And there are several of them right here. Without them, it will be impossible to lead the EMF and to lead all the organizations. So big applause to Cem Durul, the project manager of Business Cup, Nemanja Ljumovic, tournament director, David Alberti, tournament committee member, Cristian Lupu, executive committee member of EMF, the referees, and please, big applause. Even longer. But also all organization team here from Turkey, because this is one of the tournaments that is really with very high value, and we are very proud to organize this event always here in Turkey. It's one of our only events that we organize always in the same country with the almost same organization team under Cem Durul, because we are happy here, the teams are happy, and we can see from the teams, we have 34 teams, we have 14 countries all around Europe, which is the highest number until now, which is a big applause from all of you. I'm not gonna speak for so long. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for coming here. It will be really unforgettable 4 days. I truly believe that the best will win, not the luckiest, but the best, really best. And please enjoy the whole event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kralik. And we all wonder what to expect from this edition of the tournament. And to hear more about this, we invite Mr. Cem Durul, General Manager of the Euro Business Cup.
Guys, it's really amazing to see you from here. So first of all, an applause for all of you that you are here with us, sharing this passion, this emotion with us, because it was a big, big dream, started in 2019, and it's the 6th edition. The dream was to unify the corporate teams in Europe and make an international level corporate mini football event. And every year we saw that the level of mini football in corporate teams, it growed, the organization level growth now, and where now the level where we have is really amazing. And it's all, first of all, because of you, that every year you are here. Most of you, you know me. We have good relationships with most of the teams, because some of them, they are participating like 3 or 4 times in the Euro Business Cup. And of course, as you see in the video, it was a huge work. Started like 7-8 months ago, and we had some nights without sleep, working on the organization, making the event bigger and bigger. So I want a big applause for the Euro Business Cup organization team, that they made a great effort for you. And this year we have 14 countries with us, 34 teams. It is the biggest number we had until now. So it will be a big pleasure for us to watch the games, to see the beautiful goals from your foods. So now it's your time, and we prepared a good atmosphere for you, and I hope the best will gonna win this amazing cup. And a big applause also for Azersun, that they had won in the last 2 times, so they deserved it. We are a very good team. I'm really looking forward to see if some other team this year will win this cup, and who will be the best team in Europe. So thank you, Cem. It's a pleasure to have you here with us in Euro Business Cup, and I'm looking forward also during the matches to have you as a master of ceremony and to take the energy of the event up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Durul, for the wonderful words. And before the draw, finally, let's invite Mr. Nemanja Jumovic, our tournament director, who will explain the new format and the rules for this year's competition.
Wow, amazing. Hi, everyone. It's really nice to see some old faces, but as Cem said, we have also new people, new teams who comes here. Like event was growing each year from 2019 till now. Every year I'm more and more surprised that we are going forward. So now with 34 teams, we have really one big event, and of course we need to change something. On Business Cup, we always innovating the rules, innovating the VR we use for the first time. We are here now. We have with 34 teams new structure regarding the qualification. So like every big event, we will use something similar like Champions League. So we will not have a group. We will have one group with 34 teams, and each team will play 3 matches. So as you are divided by the pots, each team will play matches, 3 matches from the other pots. Of course, you will not play with the teams from your pots. In the end, after you play 3 matches, the final table with 34 teams will be your qualification table, and first 16 teams will go to the last 16 round. You have in the rules in our website, eurobusiness.com, and of course on our application, where is clearly explained how this structure works. So after the draw, you will immediately get your number, of course, and which teams you're playing. So after it, you will know also what time you will play during the next days. So I can invite one of our girls to come here, because we have here pot 1, and we can officially start with a draw. So we'll start with the pot 1, and teams will get numbers 1, 2, 3, and etc. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yumovic. And now, the moment that everybody's been waiting for. Let's see the pots first, and then the draw will begin. We'll start with pot 1. The teams are Azersun from Azerbaijan, Exafit from Serbia, Comtrade Belgrade from Serbia, Tek Maritsa, Bulgaria, Sesami Orbit, Bulgaria, Catena Racing Team, Damen Galati, IPA2 Bihor, and Prison Team Yashi, all from Romania. So let's begin the draw. The first team will be Prison Team Yashi from Romania. Our first team is from pot 1, Prison Team Yashi, and let's continue with the second team now. You excited? We're going through with the draw, and the second team is Sesame Orbit from Bulgaria. The second team is Sesame Orbit from Bulgaria. Now, the third team, please. The fixtures will be released on the official application after the draw, to remind you. And the third team is Damen Galati, Romania. You're here. Big applause for the Romanian team, and we'll go with the draw. And the next team from part 1 is Tek Maritsa. We'll go through. The next team will be selected from the pot. Let's see. Only 4 teams left. After this, it's Exafit from Serbia. Let's continue. After this, 3 teams will be left in part 1. We'll continue with part 2 after that. And the next team is Azersun, Azerbaijan. the defending champions, Azersun, Azerbaijan. Let's continue, please. And the next team, Comtrade Belgrade, Serbia. Big noise from here, yeah. Last two teams from Part 1. And the next team is Catena Racing Team, Romania. Also, very good teams in Part 1. And the last one, please. And the last team is IPA2 Bihor from Romania. Our draw with Part 1 is done now, and you will see all the fixtures, all the details from the official application approximately 45 minutes after the draw. We'll go through with Part 2 after that. Part 2. Let's see the teams. Let's know the teams. Marka Keitze, Kazakmis Integra from Kazakhstan, and Scheffler Nike Partners, Micropol ve Optik from Slovakia. Let's begin with Part 2, please. The first team is from Part 2 is Micropol, Slovakia. Micropol from Slovakia goes to the first. Let's continue, please. And the second team from Part 2. Here we go. And the second team is Optik, Slovakia. They go with Catena Racing and Optik. Let's continue, please. Nike from Slovakia, the next team. So, Micropol and Tekmaritsa, Optik and Catena Racing. Let's continue, please. So, the next team is Marka KZ from Kazakhstan. So, Nike with IPA2 Bihor and Marka KZ will go to the Azersun spot here, second spot. And the next team is Scheffler from Slovakia. Fixtures are being determined little by little. And we'll see the next team in just a minute. Scheffler with Prison Team Yashi and Kazakmis from Kazakhstan. We wonder where we go. And just one team will be left after this from Part 2. Partners from Slovakia. The teams are being determined, the fixtures are being determined. Let's really take a look at Part 2. Marka KZ, Kazakmis, Integra, Scheffler, Nike, Partners, Micropol, and Optik. There are teams from Part 2, and you'll see in the Part 3, there are all Turkish teams. In the Part 3, the next part will be Part 3, but after this, before this, we will continue with Part 2. Little by little, we go through with the fixtures, and we'll see the last team from Part 2, please. Integra, Kazakhstan. In just a minute, we'll see all the determined fixtures of the first two pots. We would like to do some reminders for any match assistant, any assistant pre-match, post-match. Please visit our registration desk. This team will be happy to help you. You can always ask them for help. And please don't forget to take your accreditation with you everywhere around the resort. You should take your accreditation with you. This is an important reminder also. In a short while, we'll continue with pot 3. And the first team is from pot 3 is Türkiye Sigorta. Second team is, we'll see all the draws in a moment. It is being prepared. It's Aselsan from Turkey. And we'll see all the draws, all the fixtures in a moment, as I said. Are you, and we'll, just a moment, in like some minutes, we'll see the draws. And after that, you'll see all details in the application. I don't need to remind you that. A little bit. Soccer, Türkiye, here. Just a pause because of a technical problem. When the technical problem is solved, we'll see the draws, the details, the fixtures again. So, during the solution, trying to solve this technical problem, I would like to ask you: are you enjoying this resort, this hotel, and Antalya as a city? It's a wonderful resort, is it? Okay. So the tournament director will explain some rules for us.
So till we are waiting, I will just go and remind you about some things that we need to prepare before the matches. Of course, it's very important, it's very important for you and your teams that we are prepared on the time. So please, come at least 30 minutes before your game, that the referees can check your IDs, that everything will be fine and that we can start the match on the time. Please, we are going live and it's very important, and the referee already knows that we start the match on the time, and you to be focused on the game that you will play. Also regarding the rules, one of the most important rules in mini football from beginning is sliding tackle. It's forbidden in mini football. If you touch the player, it's a direct free kick. If you slide near the player area, we can, referee are whistling indirect free kick. And of course you can do it, but only in the case where is no players near you. Also, the 5 seconds rule that we have till now is about when you're doing the throw-in, corner kick or goal kick. And we have additional for this year, because we already have it for the Euro and the World Cup and of course of all our club competition, that the goalkeeper can play with the ball on their own half just for 5 seconds in the ball possession. This stops when the goalkeeper is give the ball to his player or throw the ball from him, or of course go to the opponent field. So this is some kind of the rules that are new and that we must of course be aware of it. So I think that we can continue with the draw, and I will give Jem again opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. So, big applause please. Technical problem is solved. And now you see all the fixtures that have been determined until now. So, Aselsan will play Orbit and Kazakmis, Sokar Turkey, Exafid and Nike. And we'll go through with the draw now. So there are some, we'll just have a wait and the problems all will be solved. During your time in this tournament, you'll enjoy a wonderful weather, wonderful atmosphere, and all the details will be told you thoroughly. And please don't hesitate to ask questions to our staff about everything, just everything. You can ask anything you want, and the problem will be solved little by little. Our team is working hard on it, so you don't need to have doubts about it. Everything will be all right. It's an ongoing work, so we have to be a little patient now. We're seeing the pots now. As we said, in the third pot, they're all Turkish teams. And in the pot 4, IZSJMK, Moldinkom-Bank, MIA, Iran, GM, Prevoshka, Hayot Bank, PGG, and Thanatos will go through with the draw. In a moment, as we said, you can find the fixtures, match schedules on our official app. And don't forget, tomorrow, 9 a.m., the matches begin. This is an important information for you. Our team is still working, and it will be all right in just a minute. We've seen our videos. We invited the trophy, the wonderful trophy. We had full vision of the preparements, and it's a big work behind this tournament. So in a short while, we'll be continuing with the draw, and the problem is solved now. We can go through with the draw, please. Sirius Expertise, Türkiye. Next team, please. After that, 3 teams will be left in the spot. They are all Turkish teams, as I mentioned. And the next team is Norm Holding Türkiye. Local teams from Turkey, local businesses. And the next team is, after that, we'll continue with pot 4, just 2 teams left in 3, and Meteksan from Turkey. Now you see the fixtures. They are being determined little by little. And next team, please. Vakıfbank Türkiye. And the last team from pot 3, then we will be finished with pot 3. We'll go with pot 4, and all fixtures, all results will be determined. And the last team is TGS TGS Türkiye. So, pot 3 is finished. Now you see the fixtures. Aselsan play with Orbit and Kazakmis, Norm Holding, Azersun, Şefler, TGS, Comtrade, Imo Optic. These are the opponents now. Soccer Turkey will play Exafid and Nike. Meteksan will play Prison Team Yashi and partners. And with pot 4, it will be all done. All teams will be filled in, no problem. And the first team from pot 4. Thanatos from Poland. See, when we finish pot 4, everything will be filled down. The next team from pot 4, it's Moldinkombank Moldova. 14 countries, 34 teams, and all the fixtures are being set right now. Let's continue, please. Six teams left in pot 4, and GM from Georgia. Next team from pot 4. Fixtures are being set one by one, and the next team is MIA from Georgia. After that, 4 teams will be left. Pot 4 is being finished, and PGG from Poland. Next team, please. You will see all the details, all the fixtures on the app all together. And the next team is IZSJMK from Czechia. Three teams left in the last pot. You see all the fixtures, all the results from the draw. It's Ayotbank from Uzbekistan. Last 2 teams and the draw will be finished. It's Perevoska from Ukraine. And the last team from pot 4 and all the pots. Then we will be finished with the draw. And the last team is Iran Entrepreneurs Club. And we'll see all the fixtures from the beginning, from the pot 1, one by one. We'll share them with you. Now you see pot 4. Pot 4 is finished. The fixtures for pot 4 teams are on the screen right now. And now here is pot 1. You see Prison Team Yashi, Meteksan, GM, Şefler. These are the opponents. Fortek Maritza, Moldinkombank, PGG, and Micropol. Comtrade, Belgrade, TGS, Moldinkombank, and PGG. These are the opponents. For Orbit, Aselsan, IZS, JMK, and Integra. For Exafit, Soccer Turkey, Iran Entrepreneurs Club, and partners. Catena Racing's opponents are Türkiye Sigorta, Hayotbank, and Imo Optike. Damen Galati, it's Vakıfbank, MIA, and Kazakmis. For Azersun, it's Norm Holding, Thanatos, Marka KZ, and IPA2 Bihor. Their opponents are Sirius Expertise, Perevoska, and Nike. Now we'll see pot 2. Micropol plays with Iran Entrepreneurs Club and Türkiye Sigorta and Tek Maritza. Marka KZ will play PGG, Vakıfbank, and Azersun. Partners will play Thanatos, Meteksan, and Exafit. Imo Optic will play Hayotbank, TGS, and Catena Racing. Scheffler's opponents are MIA, Norm Holding, Prison Team Yashi, and Integra's opponents are IZS, JMK, Sirius Expertise, and Orbit. For Nike, it's GM, Soccer Turkey, and IPA2 Bihor. For Kazakmis, opponents are Perevoska, Aselsan, Damen Galati, and for Turkey Sigorta, it's Catena Racing, Micropol, and IZS JMK. And for the pot 3 teams, these are the opponents. Aselsan will play Orbit, Kazakmis, Perevoska. Norm Holding will play Azersun, Şefler, Iran Entrepreneurs Club. TGS will play Comtrade Belgrade, IMO Optike, and GM. Soccer Turkey's opponents are Exefit, Nike, Thanatos. Metexan will play Prison Team Yashi, Partners, and MIA. Thanatos will play Partners, Azersun, and Soccer Turkey. And Sirius Expertise, their opponents are IPA2 Bihor, Integra, Molding Bank Moldova. For Vakıfbank, it's Damen Galati, Marka KZ, and Hayot Bank. And Molding Bank will play Maritza, Comtrade, and Sirius Expertise. For Pot D teams, these are the fixtures. Let's see, pot 4. Once again, this is the last pot. GM will play Nike, Prison Team Yashi, and TGS. IZS JMK will play Integra, Orbit, and Türkiye Sigorta. Iran Entrepreneurs Club will play Micropol, Exefit, and Norm Holding. For MIA, the opponents are Şefler, Damen Galati, and Metexan. Hayot Bank will play IMO Optike, Catena Racing, and Vakıfbank. PGG's opponents are Marka KZ, Tek Maritza, and Comtrade Belgrade. And the last team, Perevoska, will play Kazakmis, IPA2 Bihor, and Aselsan. Congratulations to all the teams. A big applause, please. Now the fixtures are set. Draw was set. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 9 p.m., the games begin. And I need to remind you, you can see all the details, all the fixtures, all the standings in the application. This might be confusing, but you'll see all the details in the app. Thank you all for being here tonight, and let's make this year's Euro Business Cup an unforgettable one. Thank you.